Well, I've always been an athlete, and then I've been into fitness most of my life. But when I got into my mid 40s, my muscle mass started going away. Um, and I realized I couldn't out exercise a bad diet. I always focused on working out, strength training mostly, but my diet was very, very inconsistent. So I felt really frustrated, and I just thought, well, maybe this is just how it's going to be moving forward. This is just my body in perimenopause. So I was feeling
Right.
a little bit hopeless, honestly.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Sad to hear.
I know.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad that we met each other because it definitely was not hopeless
Oh
in
yeah,
any way.
for sure.
Yeah.
It's just amazing how drastic your body changes. I mean, it was just like a light switch flip, and I was like, oh my gosh. But that was really when I realized how important nutrition is. I mean, I knew it, the chatter and everything, but
Right.
I've
But
been
to
finding.
actually implement it.
Exactly. And in the past, I used to be able to focus on just exercise and still do okay. So, yeah.
Right. You could out train a bad diet, or you could train.
Yep.
Yeah. You get what I'm saying. Yeah. Not so much in our 40s. Our
Yeah.
bodies aren't quite as forgiving for sure.
Nice. And
No.
then so mentally, I just wasn't, I haven't been social. I haven't felt like myself. I was staying at home a lot, really feeling uncomfortable in my body. And I've even said no to certain like events and stuff because like swimming and things like that wouldn't go.
Right.
I'd always find an excuse because I just felt so uncomfortable in my body. So that's kind of where I was.
Hmm. I'm sorry to hear that. That sounds very challenging and
Oh,
depressing.
it
And
was, yeah.
yeah, yeah, no one should live that way. No. Outside of fitness, what has changed since you started the program?
Well, I got clothes that have been tucked away. I got them out, and I can wear them again. Um,
Nice.
like I was saying before, like I wasn't social. Now I'm so much more social because I feel so much more comfortable in my body. So
Good.
I actually go out in the world, and I'm living my life outside of my house much more, which I know
That's
sounds
huge.
silly, but it's true. It's really true. Yeah.
That's huge. That's a huge win.
Yeah, it's amazing when you feel confident and strong in your body, how it affects you mentally and emotionally, and just the choices that you make on a day-to-day basis. You know,
It's super important instead
very,
of sheltering in and trying to avoid the world.
yep. No,
Yeah, which just amplifies the problem, really.
yeah.
Yeah,
Even though
yeah,
everyone says, you look great, you're fine, and all the things, but it doesn't register because you don't feel good about yourself.
right. Yeah. Uh, how do you feel now physically and mentally compared to before
Definitely, I feel
on that note?
stronger in my body. I definitely feel more confident. And I feel more like myself again. I feel like, the athletes come back out. And
Good.
I love that feeling. I really do, because
That's awesome.
I missed it.
Yeah. What fears or hesitations almost stopped you from joining, if there was any?
Oh, yeah, thoughts like this isn't going to work. And I won't be consistent with nutrition. And I also thought it was going to be very rigid, like you
Right.
have to be very detailed in your diet. But you actually helped me realize that everything in moderation,
Yes.
consistency is really what matters. So when I got past that fear of like it's not going to work, knowing too when I spoke with you that it's just consistency. You
Yes.
still need to enjoy your life and all the things, but also I've tried things in the past. I was a big yo-yo dieter back in the day, and that wasn't working anymore. So I was just mostly hesitant because of not the workouts itself, because that's never been an issue. It was the diet. Am I really
Right.
gonna stay with it? Am I gonna be consistent? Am I gonna like the food? And I love the food. The food's lovely,
That's
really, really
really
good.
good.
Yeah.
That makes it so much easier if you like the food.
Oh
I
yeah.
think people think like, oh, diet as just that mentality, and they're like, oh, I'm gonna just,
Yeah.
eat salad all day and everything's gonna be bland and not taste good. And it's quite the opposite. You want to actually enjoy everything that you eat and learn to love food.
I'm a food person. And I think the other thing that I was hesitant about is the macros. I
right?
remember way back in the day, Madonna, she was like ripped. This was like a long
Hmm.
time ago. And they came out and said that she was following like a macro diet. And I've always been curious about that, but I've never done it because I don't know, being vegan, I just thought, and it just like a lot to calculate and just sounded too challenging.
Yep.
But you guys make it so easy to follow. And even like when I'm off on my own, I have now the template to use, and it's super easy. You just gotta, put a little thought into it, which is,
Yep.
yeah,
Absolutely. Once you know what to eat and how much of it, you just follow along, right? You know how to tweak certain things or make substitutions to what you have on hand, how to travel.
yep,
It's really not that hard once you know how to feed your own body with the size
exactly,
that you are and where you're at with your fitness. And
yep.
yeah, yeah, it's a lot easier than people think.
It is actually,
Yeah. And
sure.
that's what makes it easy to be consistent and to maintain is it's once you get to the point where you're at your maintenance, you just maintain it essentially, right? That's exactly
Yeah.
why it's called maintenance. You just eat the way you eat that you've learned how to eat, do your workouts, show up, be consistent. You don't have to be perfect, and it
Mhm.
takes care of itself.
It does. And that's one thing that I have struggled with most of my adult life is maintaining. Because of the yo-yo dieting, when I got, where I wanted to be, I would,
Yeah.
take advantage of that and I would just kind of go on a bender.
Sabotage.
And then the bender didn't stop. And then I'm like, oh my gosh. And it's hard to get back on track, So maintenance is definitely something that I'm looking forward to because now I feel like I have the tools to maintain all the work
Good.
that I've done. Yeah.
I'm happy to hear that.
Hmm.
I think it's pretty discouraging when you yo-yo because you've been at once you're at your peak, you know the difference now, and it's really hard to have that backslide.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For
It just
sure.
makes you feel like you failed when really you just need to get back on track. And it happens to everybody. It's a very normal thing, but mentally it can really set you back further than just doing a course correction and going back
Oh,
to where you need to be, right? Like,
absolutely. And
yeah.
especially in my 40s, it was when in my 20s and 30s, it was easy to get back
Yes.
on track. And then 40s, it's like, no, your body's not as forgiving as it used to
Ooh,
be now.
no. It still is, but it's not as forgetting, right? You have to like 90% or so you need to be on track and
Yeah.
at least, right? And you need to show up and do your workouts. And it can give you some leeway, but
Hmm.
it's no 20-year-old body for sure.
Yeah. And
No.
also knowing that you can, have the foods that you really, really want,
Yep.
and even stay within your macros or at least your calories if you're doing it for a day
Yes.
at a time, right? And it's not going to ruin you. And that's comforting to know too.
Hmm. Yeah, no one wants a life where you never have anything that's outside of a quote unquote healthy platform, right? We need things that are delicious in ways that are not necessarily good for us every now and then because
Yep.
it's out there, right? There's going to be chocolate, there's going to be temptations. You need to be able to have it without feeling like, well, I've screwed everything up now.
And that's what I would do. Oh, I had this today, so why not tomorrow? And then I'll start again on Monday. And now I don't need to.
Right.
Like I
The
said, I
binge
have
mentality.
for sure.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad that we've taken control of that one and set that behind you. I feel like that's for sure. Like that's just something that's in the past for you. It's not here anymore.
It definitely is. Because like I said, I'd never had the template that I have now, and it's just like this can be for the rest of my life. And I don't feel like I'm missing out on anything.
Good.
I truly can have anything I want. But also, I want to stay on track because I feel so much better in my body and I don't want to give this up either.
Right.
So,
You have the energy to do your workouts. You feel good during the day. And when you don't eat well, you don't feel well. So you definitely notice the difference.
yes,
uh,
unfortunately.
okay. What did you think you'd have to give up to make this work? I guess we kind of touched on that, but was there something in particular that you were thinking?
Sugar.
Yeah.
Quote unquote naughty foods, even though I know food doesn't have value, but I love my sugar and I
Hmm.
love chocolate. And I was like, I'm not going to be able to do it. But you emphasize moderation and consistency is the biggest thing. And so
Yes.
it's not as scary anymore,
Good.
to have some chocolate or whatever the case may be, because I know I'm going to be fine because I have the
Right.
temp. And you are definitely in my head, consistent
Yay, it's good.
at me, you know? So it's okay to have little not even bumps in the road. Enjoy yourself. And then
Right.
you,
Yeah, if it's your birthday, have the cake. It's fine. It's not going to hurt anything. It's not going to set you back.
right?
Yeah,
There's comfort in that.
there really is.
Mhm.
That's the secret right there, right? That's how you are able to maintain, is just to understand that like you can have things. You don't have to think that it's all or nothing. The all or nothing is what makes people really fail and then never start up again. And
Yep.
it's just the wrong mindset.
Mhm. And I've lived in the all or nothing for most of my adult life. And it's horrible, you
It would
know?
be horrible. Yeah, because you always feel like you're failing.
Mhm.
And
Yep.
instead of being like, okay, I'm just human and I'm allowed to have these things as well. I work out for a reason. I take care of myself for the most part.
Right.
It's okay to have. There's no shame in these things. There's no shame in having chocolate every now and then or whatever it is that you like, right? Like, yeah,
That's a big change for me too, is I don't have shame anymore. Um, I used to because I would, like I said, I would binge and I
yeah,
would just go off the rails sometimes, and then of course the shame comes with that. And now I actually feel like I have more control over myself because I know what balanced eating looks like. So I can
good.
eat sweets and I don't feel bad about it
That's
at all.
amazing. I'm so
Huge.
happy to hear it.
Um,
That must feel like a weight off your shoulders.
oh, it is, yeah, for sure.
Well, I'm so happy I was able to help you
Oh
with
yeah,
that.
you definitely have.
Good. Okay, well, the next question I have is if you could go back and talk to yourself on the day you were deciding whether or not to join, what would you say to yourself?
Um, I would say trust yourself in the process, and you don't have to figure it out all alone, right?
Right?
And this program is going to give you guidance and structure and the support that will help me, right? So, and that's exactly what I've been needing, structure. I've really struggled with that. Not structure with the workouts per se, although I now know supersets are super helpful. Um,
Yep.
diet, the nutrition has been my biggest obstacle. So I would tell myself, trust the process for
Good.
sure.
Good. And lastly, what would you say to anybody who feels stuck and unsure or on the fence about joining?
I would say anyone who's stuck and unsure is exactly why this works. And, you know,
Yes.
you need to have it all figured out. That's why you come here. They give you, you know, tools and guidance, and that's what really helps people succeed. And being held accountable is really helpful too.
I agree.
Because we tend to show up better for other people than we do ourselves a lot of the
Yeah.
time.
If
You
somebody's
know?
watching, you feel a little extra pressure.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
also, it's not extreme, like, it's very sustainable. I've learned what sustainability looks like, right? So it's not all or nothing, which is where I've lived for most of my adult life. It's moderation and it's not extreme. Very sustainable.
Good.
Yep.
Well, thank you so much for sharing. I really appreciate it. And I think that your story will help many people in the same position that you were in to hopefully see that there's another way to go about it. And people shouldn't feel shamed for the rest of their lives. It's just no way to live.
No, it's not. And there's, you know, this program has been life-changing for me truly. So I hope other people try it out and they're going to realize that they're going to get the tools they need to succeed and whatever their goals are. Of
Amazing. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. And I appreciate you sharing.
course.